Oh.
Oh my God.
When Ethan Langford slammed the door in her face, he thought he was shutting out a mistake. But when he saw the baby's eyes months later, his own eyes staring back at him, every lie he had told himself began to crumble. The night was cold when Alina stood outside the mansion gates, her trembling hands clutching a letter she would never deliver. The soft rain soaked her uniform, blurring the gold initials on her apron. E.L. The guards at the gate averted their eyes. They had seen enough humiliation for one night. Inside, Ethan Langford, the billionaire everyone admired, poured himself another glass of whiskey. His reflection in the marble floor looked nothing like the man the magazines called the visionary of the century. Behind those proud eyes hid guilt, something he buried under contracts, meetings, and silence. Months earlier, the world had been simpler. Alina had worked quietly in that mansion, her laughter soft but contagious. She never spoke much, but her kindness filled the air like music. Ethan had noticed her, though he pretended not to. One night after too many drinks and too few truths, everything changed. And when Alina told him she was expecting, his silence spoke louder than any apology. "Don't you dare ruin my life," he had said coldly, his voice like breaking glass. She hadn't answered. She simply left, walking out through the same gate she now stood before, hoping for closure. But it never came. In the small apartment on the other side of the city, Alina gave birth to a baby boy she named Noah. Life wasn't easy. She worked nights cleaning offices, holding her child between shifts. When she looked into his eyes, gray like storm clouds, she saw Ethan, the same sharpness, the same quiet strength. And yet she never called him. Not once. Years passed. The world kept praising Ethan Langford, the man who built empires and saved industries. But there were nights when he'd wake in the dark, haunted by a memory he couldn't erase. The sound of Alina's footsteps fading down his marble hallway. Then, one evening during a charity event, fate decided to bring them together again. The hall was filled with glittering lights and shallow smiles. Ethan stood beside a line of photographers, shaking hands and smiling for cameras. And that's when he saw her. Alina was standing quietly near the back, dressed in a simple blue dress, holding the hand of a small boy with storm-gray eyes. For a moment, Ethan forgot how to breathe. The crowd's laughter blurred. His world narrowed to that child's face, those unmistakable eyes looking curiously back at him. He walked toward them slowly, his heartbeat pounding louder than the music. "Alina," he whispered, as if saying her name for the first time. She looked up, her expression calm but distant. "This is Noah," she said softly. He wanted to see where his mother used to work. Every ounce of power, every empire Ethan had built meant nothing in that moment. The boy's eyes, the mirror of his own, broke every wall he had built. "I'm sorry," Ethan said, his voice trembling for the first time in years. Alina didn't answer. She simply placed a small photo into his hand, a picture of Noah's first day of school. "You don't need to be sorry," she said quietly. "Just be someone he can be proud of." The words cut deeper than any accusation. That night, Ethan didn't sleep. He sat in his empty office, the photo of his son resting beside his laptop. For once, he didn't think about money or legacy. He thought about kindness, the kind he had ignored when it mattered most. Weeks later, a quiet rumor began to spread. The Langford Foundation had opened a new scholarship program for single mothers and their children. No press release, no interview, just quiet action. When Alina heard, she smiled faintly. She knew it wasn't about the money. It was about a man finally seeing, not with his eyes, but with his heart sometimes, she whispered to her son, brushing his hair aside. People need to lose everything before they understand what really matters. And as Noah drifted to sleep, the storm-gray eyes that once carried pain now held peace.